Hello, viewers as well as fans of Herman Rarebell. My name is Mark Major. I'm a real big toy collector here in Southeast Portland, and this is the Action Figuratorium. Look, it's back there. You can see it. There's a bunch of trash back there. So today we're going to be looking at a Kickstarter. This is a Japanese company, and they are looking for $40,000, which is not a lot of money, for their 1/6 scale. I know you're like, isn't that a dead scale? There are no dead scales, okay? Right when you think they're dead, they're not dead. But they're looking for $40,000 for a 1/6 scale snowboarding action figure, a male and a female. And as always, when I come into these, I am not the smartest guy in the room. I'm the dumbest guy in the room. And their job as marketing people is to convince the dumbest guy in the room to spend his money with them. So as the dumbest guy in the room, I, of course, have questions. I've got questions about this, and I think you might have some too when you see the price. So on this one, we're all going to want to kumbaya, come together, strap on the leather, and hold on tight. Let's switch over to our desktop, shall we? And when we do this, folks, let's get a little bit of production. Look at that. It's like you're watching a real show. Like a real show, not an actual real show. So this is the Page Snowboarder action figure. Triple Black presents. I don't know who Triple Black is. I tried to look them up. This is also not who's putting on the Kickstarter. The person that's putting it on is called a, let's go to campaign, called Marvel Creation. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, Marvel Creation, that's probably not the best name to go with if you're trying to distance yourself from other pop culture brands out there at the moment. And I would recommend a rebrand if you could on Marvel Creation, but this cat is in Japan. I think I looked him up. He's got a crazy Japanese name, and he probably doesn't know anything about Marvel or the Marvel Universe, and so just probably thought it was a cool name. Now, let's watch the intro video for the Snowboarder. Of course, there's a male and a female, and that is it. There's not like a pet dog or anything that you can get with just the Snowboarders, but this is going to answer a lot of initial questions that we have going into this. So let me toggle on the audio and let's just sit back and enjoy this together, shall we?
Ever wonder why you can find action figures for Batman, Spider-Man, Football Man, Basketball Man, but accept the high-quality skiing action figures? All right, check this out, folks. I am so pumped to show you what we've created. Herewith, 1/6 scale with a high-quality snowboarder action figure. This isn't just another toy. This is, hands down, the most incredible snowboarder figure you will ever see. Seriously, I am absolutely stoked to introduce what we've been working on. First off, the detail is next level. We're talking hyper-realistic detail here. All the clothing and accessories, totally swappable. We went
swappable, people.
Meticulously scaled down from real gear, so the proportions are perfectly accurate. It's the real thing in miniature.
Look at those gloves.
Oh, and wait till you see the board in the light. They have this wicked color-shifting metallic finish, have this stunning metallic color that shifts in the light. It looks so slick and really takes the collectible value to the next level. Whether you style it on your shelf at home, show it off on your office desk, or even take it with you to the slopes for some fun shots, this figure is built to impress. It looks...
Whoa, not that gay. All right, that's a little better.
Here's where it gets really cool. The body has 28 points of articulation.
We're going to talk about this body, trust me. There's a whole other websites we're going to look.
This thing in any insane, high-flying ski pose you can imagine. The material has this awesome soft touch feel. It just screams quality way beyond any ordinary toy. Trust me, you've never seen anything like it. Get yours and see what the hype is all about. Grab it before it's gone.
Little fear of missing out there. Grab it before it's gone. All right, background story. So I'm going to read a little bit about this because it's going to tell you a little bit about what you need to know. Okay, background story. We are a collective of creators and extreme sports fanatics, i.e. not toy makers or people who want to be toy makers. Fanatics who live for the adrenaline rush. So that means they go out and they do cocaine. Our fuel? Cocaine. The sheer thrill of sports like skiing, surfing, skateboarding, waterboarding, jet skiing, diving, and more. Okay. Parasailing? Could that be in there? What about people who just like going out on yachts? We were desperate for a sick, high-quality skiing action figure to capture the essence of that thrill, the perfect carve, the big air, and meticulously crafted collectible. But here's the thing, nothing on the major marketplace before that. You know why? Because there is zero demand for it. Do you know how many action figures are created every year? Do you guys have any idea how many toys are generated and all the crazy stuff that they come up with trying to capture the imagination of people, trying to capture their money? Do you think that nobody has thought about snowboards yet? Really? Is that what is? I swear there's a Mezco Gomez snowboard, I think. So triple black. Here's the guy. Here's the girl. I do like the outfits. I'm not gonna look. If I see something cool, I'm gonna say it. And I do like the way they're by these sort of fake lava rocks being posed. Look, there they are with a real board. Triple Black must be the company that makes the actual snowboards. Are they a snowboard company? I tried finding them. I couldn't really find any details on them, but I only searched as much as I needed to search. So yeah, you're seeing the pics, scroll by them, scrolling the pics, and I like that they've got super fancy gloves on when they're holding these. Ready to own the premium edition, maybe. I might be ready to own it. I do think it looks cool. All right, I'm not saying that it doesn't look cool. Now here's something I need to show you guys though, that I saw on the bottom. I think it was down here. There's a lot of stuff. So they have many different snowboards to choose from, by the way. There's like maybe 4 or 5 different ones. And they have a little rack that they go in. Here's all the accessories that the figure comes with. You know, there's like a his and hers kind of thing. The girl gets the pink hat, he gets the gray hat. The dude gets the purple and the blue boots. The girl gets the orange and the pink boots. The purple gloves, the orange gloves. She's got the tank top. She's got the halter top. Pink boots, we get it. Snowboarding, little tiny boots. Probably work. Do they need to work? They don't need to work, really, to be honest with you. So, as we keep going, here is a little something at the very end. Why just only have Snowboarder? I think this is his English translation. How about skier? Okay. Here's what it says. Why not both? Our team of experts, a perfect blend of skiers and snowboarders. We flipped a coin and sealed the deal of our first release. Okay, so let me just say this in regards to marketing people, salespeople, people creating products, right? If there is, like, say, a group of people out there, let's call them snowboarders, and they're about this much, right? Metaphorically speaking, right? Figuratively speaking, about this many of them out there in the world. And then let's say that there's this many out there of skiers, right? You're going to, as a business, with a sort of manifest to go out and create as much transactions and generate as much money as possible, you as a business would have to pick the bigger of the two, right? Because that's going to be your bigger market to try and get sales. And if you actually decided to go with your choice because you flipped a coin, I have doubts in your ability to lead. As the band Firehose once sang in the song Brave Captain, Captain, there are doubts in your ability. So let's get into how much they're asking for this figure, neither the male or the female snowboarder, 1/6 scale. But before we do that, you saw that they had a seamless body, okay? Now we're going to go look and see what a seamless body costs, because they did not invent the seamless body, and there's no way that these guys, they're only asking for $40,000, are in any way responsible for the creation of a brand new seamless body. It already exists. There are two companies that make them. One is called Thyssen, and one is called, and I didn't look it up, so I'm probably going to butcher this. I think it's called Giawa, as in a Giawa doll. And that's just kind of how I think it's pronounced. I could be totally wrong. Roast me in the comments. Make it a good roast. You may win a t-shirt. All right. So these Thyssen dolls are not original. The seamless dolls, if you do like a Google search, Thyssen seamless action figure 1/6, you can see a whole bunch of these guys. They come in these boxes, super flexible if you get just a blank body. Now, they also are sold under the name TB League, and some of you out there probably heard of TB League. They do 1/6 and 1/12 now. Very realistic, ultra realistic figures from all sorts of different genres, but specifically they're sort of good at scantily clad women. And I don't really know where TB League ends and Thyssen begins, if they're truly just the same company, or like a company within a company, or one just makes the dolls and one makes all the characters the dolls use. But if you go to Big Bad Toy Store, and just, you know, so everyone knows, we use Big Bad Toy Store as the benchmark of everything here in terms of what stuff costs. You can always find it sometimes cheaper than Big Bad Toy Store. You can always sometimes find it more expensive, but they're guaranteed to kind of have it, and they're kind of cool with the way you can pre-order and then duck out if you need to. And here's their page of super flexible, seamless dolls in either the 1/6 or 1/12 scale. You can see that most of them are sold out. Actually quite popular, but there's a few that are not, and these don't include the head. $55, $57, $70, $75, and then page 2, one that actually comes with a head, $78, $109. So you can see that they're $50 to $100 for one of these figures. And the seamless figures, by the way, as I have one, they're not the be-all, end-all. They're great if you're trying to create do photography of an action figure to make it look ultra-realistic, because there's obviously no joints. But the exoskeletons under them, they do break. They're not the greatest at posing. The kind of rubbery sometimes impedes and gets in the way. And the rubber sometimes itself disintegrates or gets weird or gummy, or, you know, sometimes they stay. They're not all created equal, and they're not the greatest thing for action figures. Visually, they're an improvement, but they're not the best thing for posing per se, right? Just want to point that out. Now, just to give you some more examples of the Thyssen people, here's the Thyssen website. Of course, there's a TB League website that I could have pulled up too. This is a little bit older. Copyright was last updated in 2020. Most of the stuff is sold out, but I just want to show you all the different product of like figures that they have, and just give you an example. Here's like an Athena character, and I like how you click on the image and it's the same size. And just for pricing, this figure, the seamless body with the Athena sword, shield, helmet, the gown, whatever else, all this stuff that it comes with a ring and a thing on the arm and stuff. $150, $150. A couple years old, but just, you know, trying to give you ideas of what the body costs, what the garments cost when we look at the snowboarder. So let's go look at the snowboarder. Hit the rewards button. All right, and currently we've had 0 people pledge, but still plenty of time. We got 29 days to go. So if you want the male snowboarder, The first 30 people can get him for $270, people. $270. Same thing for Edition B. He doesn't call them male or female, calls them Edition A, Edition B. I'm okay with that. It's fine. $270. Now, after those 30 are gone, it's going to be $295. So you save 25 bucks. And if you want them both, there's a earlier bird edition where you save another 50 bucks. And if you missed that, you normally save another 50 bucks, but not really, because it's jacked up from the initial early bird. Now, some other interesting things is for add-ons, he's got all the accessories. So if you bought a figure and you just want another pair of boots, or you want the hoodie, or you want some goggles or some other stuff, you can get them all here. I went through and I added up how much an outfit would cost. The female, Edition B, let's say what it is, it came out to 88 bucks for her outfit if you were to pick his individual little price points. For the male, it was something like, I want to say $104. It was a little bit more for the stylish jacket, which I do like purple, by the way. I think purple's a good move. I think orange is a good move, too. So those are the cost of the figures. Now, normally, when I do this show, I have a list of best practices that we apply towards the campaign. And those include things like having 3-tiered pricing, having a large variety, having all of your sales collateral on the Kickstarter page. There's also the best practice of having as many incidental tchotchke swag add-on sales, things like t-shirts and hats and collectible coins and trading cards and a comic book and a digital poster and a print poster and endless stuff that you could just go on for endless days thinking of, because it's a lot of fun, they're cheap, and they're easy to fulfill. But we're not going to do that for this campaign. We're not going to apply the best practices to this campaign, because this is clearly something different. This, at this price point and these figures, this is somebody who is not going after action figure collectors. Unless you're an action figure collector who is some sort of a trustafarian and you have infinite disposable income and you'll throw money at anything. If you've got over $1 million in the bank and 270 bucks is how much you would normally just spend on lunch that day or something, right? No problem. You know, just slap the money down, get a couple of these, gives them, you know, do what you want with them. If you're an action figure collector, there is no way in hell you're going to pay for this, because, as I pointed out, the value just isn't there. We're talking about a seamless body, which is, from Big Bad Toy Store, 50, 60 bucks. If we're talking about just the garments, getting up to 80 some dollars, 80 plus dollars. At best, this is 140 bucks, not 270. Here's another weird thing, and I know a lot of people aren't going to make it to the 18-minute mark in this video, but they haven't shown me what the face of either of these figures looks like. Isn't that weird? I don't get to see the face that comes with these guys. That's really weird. So I don't think that this Marvel creation is... oh, the snowboards, by the way, are $62. I got to just mention that as well. So, what does that put us up to? 60 bucks for a body, 80 bucks for the thing, 140 plus $200, still $70 too much, and at 200 bucks it's too much. These guys, Marvel Creation, they're clearly not going to create and make their own seamless bodies. They're just going to buy existing seamless bodies from somebody. They're going to get a deal because they're buying bulk. They might get a deal because they're an Asian company and they're maybe part of a team of creators who, you know, use some of these factories, whatnot. There may be some synergy there. They may have some existing business deals. They may know some people. They may have a lot better time at getting a deal on just a bunch of blanks as opposed to some Western gringos and howlies, right? But just a guess that they could probably work a better deal on the bodies and get them for cheap, right? They could get them at least for what Big Bad Toy Store pays for them to sell to us for 60 bucks. So they're clearly not outsourcing the bodies. They're going to have somebody, some factory in China make the soft goods. Those are going to cost whatever they're going to cost, whatever the materials and the labor of sewing and whatnot. And then, of course, they're going to put them together. No action figure person is going to pay this kind of money for that sort of stuff. They would rather just kit bash and outsource it on their own, find or make or 3D print a cool snowboard, paint it themselves. You know, I'm talking like, this is like we're going for individual guys on the planet who want something like this, not like some sort of mass appeal figure that everybody is looking for. This is not an Orc King or an Elf Queen or anything like that. This is something that nobody asked for and is probably not going to be delivered to action figures. But if you are a rich Trustafarian snowboarder, this might be something that hooks you. You maybe have never seen a seamless body. You maybe didn't know that you could get all sorts of cool action figure clothing for your dolls. I mean, let's come on. So any of this stuff, by the way, I didn't see if it had rooted hair. I didn't see the face. You got to show the face on these things. So rich snowboarders might be down for this, in which case I have done the math, and they only really need to sell 133 of these figures to hit their goal. And that's not much when you consider all the amount of people out there, both Europe and America, who are rich snowboarders. I think there's 133 of them out there who might go for this. So it's just a matter of reaching them. And do I think that they're going to reach 133 snowboarders out there with this thing? Because they're not going to reach any action figure people. Although, if I saw the outfit on eBay and they were charging 40 to 50 bucks for it, for like the pants, the hat, and the thing, the jacket, and whatnot, might be a cool thing to have, because I have a Tony Hawk 1/6 scale figure. And it might be cool to just put him in give him the look, you know, extreme sport look kind of thing. But I think that these guys are stuck selling to snowboarders and skiers. And again, if snowboarders is this many and skiers is this many, that was a terrible coin flip on your part. So thanks to everybody who made it this far into the video. I know it can be tedious to get this far into the video, but I do appreciate it. Of course, don't like, don't subscribe, don't comment. Nobody wants that. But do stay charged, people.